The face of skin and hair care has changed a lot in recent years.
In 2013, when we opened, people weren't ready for clean beauty yet. So we essentially were tricking them in the beginning to buy clean products. And then once they started using them, I would say, surprise, they're much cleaner and safer and that much better for your skin.
Tara Foley is the founder of a Boston-based clean beauty company called Folane.
It's actually a Gaelic word for healthy and wholesome.
Since opening, the retailer has expanded to 6 U.S. stores and an online shop as interest in non-toxic personal care products has grown.
I think a few years ago it started with healthier, cleaner eating, and now people are thinking about ingredients in everything.
That interest has peaked during the pandemic.
People care more about their health and their family's health than ever. They're home and they're thinking about how to take care of themselves. They're also thinking about how the choices they make can impact others.
Choosing the right products can be daunting, so Tara invited us inside the Beacon Hill store for guidance.
You would be more in this range of something that does foam up a little bit, but it's still gentle and still nutrient dense.
Consultations are available in-store by appointment and online.
I think this is going to be the best substitute for your lifestyle.
The products promise to help preserve, prevent, and pamper.
I would apply an oil, and while it still hasn't absorbed in yet, get right into your massage. And so I always begin by putting my finger in the middle of my forehead just to hold it steady. And the flattest edge, you get as much surface area of the stone as possible on your face, and you just pull up, pull up, pull up. This gives you a deep lymphatic drainage massage, and you can do it even daily if you'd like. I do it a few times a week.
This Chinese massage technique called guasa also helps to relieve tension.
Or do you find people are just treating themselves?
I do, I really do. I think, they're treating themselves to experiences in every way possible. We're not able to get into salons and spas as much right now, so people are really bringing the spa home with them.
Masked up in a different way.
Foley has also seen an increase in male customers.
Men have the same different types of skin issues that women have. So when you come in, we're not going to have a section for men's skincare because men can have dry skin or oily skin. They can have the same spectrum of issues.
Gender and skin type aside, any form of self-care is jumping to the top of priority lists.
There's a lot of stress and anxiety about what's coming next. None of us know what's around the corner. And I just think now more than ever, we all deserve that time alone to take care of ourselves. So while I always was a huge proponent of closing that bathroom door at the end of the day and having your few moments to yourself, I think now it's imperative.
3 strands, 2 hands, 1 way to take some time to both relax and polish your pandemic look.
The clients they're so appreciative that they get someone else to just brush their hair or just to make them feel a little bit more alive again.
Cindy Hart is the owner of the House of Ivy, a Southie salon that offers a walk-up outdoor braid bar on Saturdays.
As I work my way down her hair, I'm going to do it nice and tight just to secure the shape and the structure of it.
Say your roots need to be touched up, or you do need a haircut, but you're not quite ready, or you just haven't been able to squeeze in the time. Do a braid in the hair, or you pin it back really cute. It can hide any of that, and it also makes you look like you're pretty put together, and it only took a few minutes.
The LaSalle College grad recently returned from the West Coast and opened her own business.
The name of the salon is House of Ivy, named after my daughter who is 6. Her name is Ivy.
Inside, stylists offer a full range of services under a new set of rules.
Our stations are more than 6 feet apart. All of our girls work in masks and fully caped. We sanitize in between every client. We have an entire sanitation station set up. It used to be our mimosa bar.
It's a much different setup than when they first opened last year, but Cindy acknowledges that what they're providing may be even more important now.
The instant gratification that as soon as you do someone's hair and they look in the mirror and they glow, they smile, they may have been having a terrible day, and that hairstyle is going to change their week. They feel so alive again, and you can see it in their eyes, and that really is why we do it. It's the reason I do hair, is just making people feel good. No other job do you really get to do that.
And back to Folane. Foley says male customers who are looking to start a skincare routine often come in around milestone birthdays. And a big seller right now, products that contain SPF. Since people are spending more time outdoors, they want to protect their skin. Up next, healthier eating.